Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. This is Larkin coming live to you from the United States here. Welcome to all of you. Please make sure when you guys log on that you say hello and say hello and let me know where you are, where you're listening from. Sorry, I have a little, there we go. My screen was sliding over while I was trying to get to comments. That was kind of weird. But anyway, that makes it a great way for us to say hello. Look at my hair today, guys. I'm in the barn. I have both ends open. It is freezing. I have so many layers on. It's May and it's like 50 degrees and I am freezing and the wind has been blowing and my hair is like all staticky. But I've got my, let's see, which side is it? I've got my owl earrings on that one of my childhood friends' wife mailed me. They're handmade, and the owl is one of my animal totems. So I absolutely treasure these earrings, and I thank Cindy for that so much. Okay, so as you guys are popping on, if you would make sure to just say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to go through my little ritual at the beginning of readings, and then we will get started. One of the things I love, and Veronica actually came up with a name for Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. And I think it's brilliant because some of you may have heard this before. When I started reading for Veronica's page, Spirit said, hey, would you do us a favor and would you give us some time right in the beginning? Hi, Kellyanne, welcome. Would you give us some time in the beginning where we can share through you some lessons that we want to share? Because we know who is on the lives, we know who needs to hear what, and we would like a few moments or minutes, however long it takes, to share, just pieces of wisdom that we know from Spirit that we know people on your broadcast need. And thank you guys for the likes and the hearts because it helps more people to find Veronica's page and to find these lives if they need it. So thanks for that feedback. Hi, Carrie Smith, Katie Newkirk. Yay, maybe we can get you today. Lori, welcome. Kawezi, hello. I'm great. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. I also want to quick remind those of you who are new to make this is a sacred time with Spirit. It's a sacred hour with Spirit. So please make sure that you're sitting comfortably, that you leave all of your baggage at the door just for this hour, that you have something to drink. I've got 2 drinks with me today, but that you maybe you have music playing in the background, ambiance. Right? Maybe you have candles or crystals or wind chimes or incense. I usually have incense and candles when I'm at home. Whatever you need to make sure that your human brain, your mind and nervous system know this is a sacred hour with Spirit, where I'm leaving the rest of my egoic mind outside of the door so that I'm open to receiving the messages that come through to me. And even if you don't get called on today, because I will go wherever Spirit asks me to go as far as readings, even if you guys do not get called on personally, remember that Spirit knows exactly who is here and knows what you need even better than you do. Okay, so you may not get a reading today. Spirit might be waiting for a different reader or a different time, or for you to be in a better place of receiving. But the timing of Spirit is perfect, and we all need to trust that. But sometimes people get their most powerful messages actually through other people's questions and readings. So just make sure that you don't assume that if I don't call on you and read for you personally, that you're being ignored, because Spirit knows you're on here and they're going to try to send you messages through however they can. Okay. Welcome. Let's see who we have. Oh, Montana. Diana, I love it. Welcome. Nettie up, welcome. Great. So good. Sherry Becker, great to see you. Happy Wednesday. Absolutely. Presh, good to see you. Rebecca. Boy, this is interesting because the messages are not coming in order. There are messages popping in from you guys that are out of order from when I saw you come in. Interesting. Oh, thank you. That is Jasper. He's looking out the back door right now. I don't think my other horse is out there. I have, so my horse that has the injured cornea, she seems to be doing much better. She's actually running around loose, so you might see her run behind me. I usually have Ivy behind me. And then this is Jasper. I don't want to turn my camera, but there he is. There he is. That's Jasper. You guys see him almost every week because I sit this way. And then on the other side, my little dark bay, that's Tempe. Both of those are mine. So anyway, all right, guys. And here comes Aspen. So let's go ahead and get started. I do want to, I'm going to wait a couple minutes because I had what Spirit wanted me to share with you guys. And then I lost it. So I'm going to wait till they bring it back for me. Teresa, welcome. Charlene, welcome. Maggie, how are you? Isn't he handsome? Oh, he's so handsome. And he's such a gentleman. I love the little moon, Charlene. Yeah, we've got some fancy astronomy going on right now, actually, and astrology, both at the same time. Yeah, Jasper's an absolute angel. I love him. It was super rainy today, guys. So, or last night, it rained all night and it rained all morning. So these guys are all in. So they're a little bit restless. I'm on late. I had to move a horse from one stall to the other because I thought he was going to kick the wall down. So I had to do some moving around before we got started today. All right. I will go ahead and star some of you guys and move on up here. How are you guys liking all of this stuff, all this activity in Aries this month? Ooh, we have till May 19th. It's absolutely crazy. You know, you guys can really, really feel the Aries energy and just be grateful that, you know, that Aries energy is not always in play in all of these planets the way that it has been the past couple of weeks. Katie Newkirk, you asked me about 2 weeks ago, you were on one of my lives, and today I won't be able to run way over today, guys, but Katie Newkirk, we missed getting to you a couple weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and you're back on here. So just go ahead and let me know. Let's start with you, Katie, and what your question was from a couple weeks ago. Maria, why would you be blocked, sweetheart? I have no idea why you would think you are blocked. Guys, you know, I say hi to everybody as I see you on here and as I get a chance. If you notice, I even interrupt my readings to say hi to people. So if I haven't said hi to you, don't assume the worst. My goodness, I certainly wouldn't have blocked you. Okay, Jermaine, welcome. Maria, welcome. Let's see if there's anybody else I missed here. Guys, there's so much to, I don't know if you've ever done one of these lives, but there's a lot to read here from you guys. And plus what Spirit is showing me. So I have a lot going on. So if I seem really ADHD when I'm doing this stuff, yeah, I'm bouncing around between worlds, between dimensions, what I'm reading. When readings come in, they are condensed. That means the energy and everything's very condensed. So it's sort of like if you get something where it's been like seal packed or something, like, you know, you get a blanket and it's been like suctioned into a tight, you know, bag, and you're like, what is that? And you don't know until you cut the plastic open and it pops out what it actually is. That's very much like doing a reading. Okay. Carrie Smith, Charlene, welcome everyone. Let's see. You're feeling a change, Presh. Yeah. So, you know, the good thing about all this Aries energy, even though it's causing a lot of chaos and everything. I see you, Sherry, for your father. I've got you starred. What happens is we need a lot of that. I see you, Katie. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm starring these here. Whoops. Uh-oh. I'm going to go back to you, Sherry. Hi, Kira. Welcome. So wait a minute. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I need to go back to Katie. I accidentally hit on Kawezi when I was trying to star him. There we go. So the Aries energy is really important right now, even though it's completely chaos. Like you guys have to be really careful driving and everything, because Aries is very direct, strong, moving energy, and it can cause a lot of chaos. But the chaos is, you know, walk, go girl. the chaos, is stirring things up. It's rocking the boat. It's tipping things in directions so that you can create change, because there are a lot of stuck patterns going on individually and collectively right now in the world. And so, you have to be careful. Like on the roads, there have been so many accidents and things, but there's a lot of chaos being stirred up. So you just need to tread carefully. Okay. Just be careful and tread carefully. Will it be a part of my youngest children's lives soon? So I am going to answer your question, Katie. I'm asking right now what they want me to share with you, your spirit guides. So I'm going to call on you. They zoomed right in. I want to say this to everyone, though. I want to share this to everyone because I see Maria also has a question. Hi, Aspen. Maria also has a question about when. And so I want to share with you, for all of you, about the when and the time aspect, and to be careful with that. I know that traditionally that's something people expect psychics to be able to answer and want them to answer. But I want to say a couple of things. Number one, nothing is set in stone. So if a psychic tells you something and then it doesn't plan out the way you expect it, this is also one of the reasons why we don't always get information. Because sometimes when we get information that you're not ready for, it can do more harm than good. Sometimes when remember, these readings are condensed, right? So sometimes when we get answers and information that we aren't ready for, it's very dangerous. And Katie, I'm going to answer your question, and I'm going to show them what they're showing me for you. But maybe this is Spirit's lesson for today, that I had lost track of what they wanted to share. And maybe that's why I trust Spirit. So maybe I lost what I felt I was supposed to share, and they made me wait until right now. And so your question triggered it, Katie. Thank you. And you, Maria, thank you. Do you guys remember Sylvia Browne? I heard this example used a couple weeks ago by another famous medium, actually, and I'm going to share it with you because I think this is very, very pertinent. There was a very, very famous case where Sylvia Browne was asked on a very popular talk show by a mother what happened to her daughter. And I have been a part of police and murder cases before, missing persons cases, and I can tell you this is very true from personal experience. Sylvia went ahead on public television and she shared what she thought she was getting from this, which later took people to say, oh my God, she was such a fraud, because she ended up being very, very wrong in her answer. And she was wrong because she should not have answered the question. Okay. When she checked in with the woman's daughter to see if she was alive or not, what she got was a dead stillness and silence. She took that silence to mean that the daughter had passed. And I'll tell you why she did that. Because often when there is tragedy, I've done this before. I had a reading with a woman whose daughter, the mother had died in a four-wheeler accident, like one of those four-wheelers people drive, and she'd rolled down the hill and the whole thing had exploded and burned her up, right? It caught on fire. And so because of the trauma, the soul was adjusting to, was she alive or dead? Now, not all souls do that, but she was in this like stasis, which we're in anyway when we're incarnated. She was in like this cocoon, this soft black space. And she wasn't scared. It wasn't hell. It wasn't purgatory. It wasn't anything like that. But she was outside of time and space. So to her, it just seemed like a split second. But when I tapped in for the reading, in relationship to, everything's in relationship, okay, in the universe. In relationship to me doing the reading, she was in this cocoon type safe space, making a transition and a conscious adjustment. And when Sylvia Browne was doing this famous reading and she got the stillness and the silence, this young woman was actually alive, but she was in a very fight or flight survival trauma state. And often when a human being is still alive but in a trauma state, what you get from them is nothing. Like, you will get, as a reader, you will get stillness, you will get silence, you will get nothing. It does not mean they're on the other side. Okay. But Sylvia took that and interpreted it as they were on the other side. Now, years later, I think it was 7 to 10 years later or something like that. Here the girl escaped, and she had seen on the television Sylvia doing this reading for her mother and saying she was dead. Okay. It caused her and her mother immeasurable trauma. Immeasurable trauma. And so the mother spent all this time, trying to deal with the fact that, oh my God, her daughter was dead and not knowing how it happened. It caused the daughter, because later the daughter she escaped and she was interviewed, so much pain and anxiety, thinking everyone thought she was dead. So all the hope that she had of being rescued was taken away from her. We don't know how that impacted when she got out, when she escaped, and all of that. But what we do know is it caused a lot more trauma. So just understand that if I say to you guys, I don't know, or this is what I'm getting, or you ask a particular thing, and you don't get an answer, it doesn't mean the psychic is fake or the psychic is wrong. The psychic should be able to tell that, because a lot of times, like if I'm reading for someone and I have trouble connecting with something or getting an answer, guys, whoa, shush. It's almost always because there's trauma in the family that I'm reading for. The people left in here almost always have a trauma. And then I know to ask, are you guys having a trauma over this person passing? Sorry, the horses are really loud right now. I don't know why. But there, a lot of times it's that at least someone in the family is in denial or in resistance or having a terrible trauma, or maybe they were at odds with the person when they left and there's something they can't let go of. And that's literally blocking that soul from getting through to me, because it's just like talking to a person, right? You have to vibrate at the right frequency. You got to be in sync. You got to be in alignment. They have to be able to give it through. So if they're giving me an address, they don't always give me the whole address, the number and the name. It might be Soccer Street or Sock Street. They might show me a soccer ball, and they might show me one or two of the numbers that's the address. But it doesn't mean I'm going to see the whole, it depends on what they can show me. So anyway, just be open to that, guys, and understand that that's Joni. That's just very important for you guys to understand as we do readings, okay? So I want to say that because Maria and Katie are talking about time, and Spirit always asks me to share some wisdom, and that's the wisdom they want me to share today. Time-wise, guys, when you are always checking how long something is taking, or you want to know how much time it's going to take as a manifesting coach, I can tell you right now it's going to take longer. So Maria, if you want a new job to come quickly, you need to stop worrying about when. You need to stop asking when. I'm getting about 3 months. So they're giving me an answer. But that 3 months, Maria, is also predicated upon how much resistance you're dishing out. I'm going to get to you, Katie, okay? How much resistance are you dishing out, Maria? And by resistance, I mean the more you want something and the more you're looking for it and waiting for it, the longer it actually takes. Okay, just so you know. And so you have to be in the now, and you have to say, you know what? I know and trust it's coming, because when you're at, hey, get down. Sorry, I have a horse that's standing on his, hey. Sorry, guys. I have a horse who's going to get hurt because he's so tall. He's tall enough to stand on his hind legs, and I don't want him to flop his hooves over the edge and get stuck. Then I'd be in real trouble. So anyway, you guys just have to be very careful. As a manifesting coach for almost 20 years, I can tell you, be very careful. Spirit is reminding me about your obsession with when. Please be careful of that. I know it is irresistible as human beings, but your ego is always in future and past. Your ego is like, oh my God, working on what happened in the past and how long ago it was, and repeating it and repeating it. And that repeats more of the same in the future. In the future, you're always projecting, when is this going to happen? The ego always says, as soon as I get my new job, I'll be okay. As soon as I know when I'm going to be a part of my youngest son's life, everything will be at peace. Then I can be at peace. The universe and spirit says, no, 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 no. That's not how it works. Because remember what Abraham Hicks shares, right? What you resist will persist, guys. And Abraham Hicks is constantly reminding us that every subject is two subjects. So when you want something, the energy of the desire that you want, the job or the relationship with your child, that is every bit that's strong there, but there is an absolute equal and opposite reaction pushing here that says, but you're aware you don't have it. And the law of attraction says like attracts like. So if you attract what who and what you are. So if you are saying, if you're so focused on, I'll be okay when I get that job. If I could just get that job, when am I going to get that job? The universe will say, because it's a yes universe. And so the universe says, okay, Maria, you want to stay in a state of wondering when you're going to get the job. Perfect. Okay, there you go. We're going to constantly keep you in a state of wanting the job. For you, Katie, and I know this sounds so counterintuitive, guys, to us as humans, but this is what our ego does. Because our ego is like, I want. The universe says, when you are at peace, that relationship will come to you. When you are okay with where you are and trusting the universe, then that job will arrive. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be yelling at the horses, but I have one who's going to hurt himself, and he won't listen to me unless I holler at him because he's in his stall. Not quite sure what he's doing. So we had floody rains last night, and so everybody's in, and he's young and has anxiety, I guess. All right. So anyway, sorry I'm jumping around. So that is the answer. Then I'm going to get specific with you guys. But Maria, I gave you 3 months, but please take that to heart. It is always the people I see that are always asking when, and they're on, live after live after live asking when. It's a natural, curious thing. I do too, but you really have to watch that, because when you're asking when, it means you're observing very strongly that you don't have it. And whatever you are acknowledges and feeling that you don't have it, that will remain your reality. So Maria, you have to somehow make a shift from recognizing and acknowledging you don't have the job to being grateful, trusting the universe and its timing, that the universe will have perfect timing, and being grateful for what you do have and for the endless opportunities that the universe is providing you. Because you know what, Maria, if you don't do that, you won't even see the right opportunities. Okay. And for you, Katie, there are some shifts that are happening in the energy around your youngest son, children. There are some energetic shifts that need to happen. And in order for you to have the best form of relationship with them, there are some shifts that need to happen. And there's some shifts that you can make too, Katie. And what you need to do, you were in the Meet Your Spirit Guides. And what your spirit guides are telling me is you are not utilizing as fully as you could be what you learned there. You loved it and you enjoyed it, but you're not fully putting into practice what you need to be able to be hearing their instruction. And they also have instruction for you, Katie. They have some instruction going on for you. So, they want you to make some inner shifts, and they want you to know and trust that these children came into your son's life, not just to be with him and their mother, but also because they chose the whole family. They chose you as well. So right now, what they're showing me is that you actually have you are going to have this opportunity, but you need to accept and be okay that it's not right now. And as soon as you start showing gratitude for that, you're going to be creating a different flow of energy in a space, whereby when the energy spiraling around them settles down and shifts, you will have that opportunity. Okay, Katie? They're not giving me an exact time frame for you. Like for Maria, they said 3 months. I hope she was still on there listening. Hi, Leona, Carol, welcome. Yes, divine timing, Kellyanne. So, but what you need to do is, like I'm getting the number 9. They're just showing me, Katie, the number 9. I don't know what that means. They're not saying 9 weeks, 9 months. Maybe it's when one of the children is 9. They're showing me the number 9. So I don't know what that means. They're showing me 9. Maybe it's the 9th month. This is what I mean by compressed information when it comes through. Okay. But your spirit guides are like, listen, girl, you need to get in touch with us. You need to clear your head and stop asking when and if and will it happen. And you need to start listening to what we're telling you. That means you need to go back to what we did and meet your spirit guides. You need to start journaling. You need to start spending time AM and PM, 15 to 30 minutes every day, twice a day, getting quiet with your spirit guides until what they say to you is super close. Okay. Let's see. You don't feel like you're the one that owes the apology. Well, okay. Let's see here. Then I will ask them, all I have to do is make amends with them. Okay. Well, Katie, then you have your answer. It's stubbornness and ego. You don't feel like you're the one that owes the apologies. Well, okay. So maybe then you need to ask your spirit guides what that means, because definitely there's ego involved there. And maybe they are completely in the wrong. Maybe you don't owe apologies. But here's the thing. You have a choice. And if they have control over the children and you don't, then you need to ask yourself, and I wish I could give you a better answer than this, but this is one of the things that they were terribly disrespected. Well, you've been terribly disrespected. Okay, well, then you need to ask I wish I could give you a better answer, but it sounds like you just have a very difficult choice. You are going to have to decide what you are willing to do ego-wise. Is it more important that you do not apologize because you were terribly disrespected, and that you are willing to not have a relationship with your son's children because of that? Or are you willing to suck it up and make amends and hurt your ego for the sake of the relationship? Hi, Crystal Lee. Hi, Rebecca. I know that's not what you want to hear, but though that's your choice right now. That is your choice. So that validates for me when they're showing me that you have some aspect of power in this. That's, I guess, what they're referring to. And it's a very, that can be a very difficult choice. Some people would say, well, heck, yeah, if that's all I got to do is apologize, even if they're wrong. And other people would be like, nope, not doing that. But that's not something your spirit guides or I can do for you. Your spirit guides can encourage you one way or another. But obviously that's a very difficult choice you're having to make right now. I don't see any sense in apologizing when I don't feel like things will really change. Okay, well, so again, this is an ego question. All of this on both of your parts, it's all ego. Underneath it all, right, is love. So if you would rather maintain the dignity you feel like you have and go that way in hopes that things are going to change on their end, or they're going to make some sort of change or realization, that's your choice. But this is the type of thing that whether you go to I've answered your question again. Okay, good. This is something, guys, that if you go to a reader or a hi, goody Tulane. If this is something that you go to a therapist or a counselor or a psychic or a medium and you want an answer to, but there are certain things, guys, that ultimately you are the only one that has to make the choice. And unfortunately, what they're telling me right now is this is just simply you need to make a choice. It's a choice of priorities. You're either going to hold on to what your ego considers to be your dignity and your self-respect, or you're going to rise above where they are, and you're going to talk to your spirit guides, and you're going to get very clear about what your actual priorities are and project yourself 10, 20 years in the future. Moving forward in the future, 10 or 20 years from now, are you going to look back and say, it didn't matter if I was right or wrong, if they were right or wrong, I want the relationship with my grandchildren? Or are you going to look back and be like, well, okay, it was worth it. I made that choice anyway, even though nothing changed. What I do know, and Spirit is telling me to remind you, is that regardless, if you make an inner shift, things will shift. And so regardless, you need to make some sort of inner shift. That they are telling me. Okay. And I do agree with that. And actually, Rebecca, I was and am a therapist as well. But this is coming from Spirit. This is coming from Spirit. Okay. Yeah, the horses, well, when it rains this much, Rebecca, the ground becomes very dangerous because it becomes very muddy. And when it's muddy to a certain depth, it also creates very dangerous footing. Their feet can create ruts that then they can trip and break a leg in. We already have rather uneven ground out there. And it becomes very dangerous when they're running and slipping in too much mud. So because of the amount of flooding and rain we had last night, that's why they're in. And it's okay. They're out a lot. We'll do things with them in the arena. This is just a young, wild, happy boy. And he gets bored super easy. But his mama will be here tonight to work with him. So he'll be fine. I believe in my heart that everything will work out and be fine. Excellent. Then that faith is what you need to go on. Okay. And you need to do some surrendering, Katie, they're showing me, and some release. Your guides actually want to walk you through this, which is why they're saying really reopen that really clear channel with them. They want to be able to communicate with you more clearly, because you are in your head a lot about this. And there is a lot of ego going on and pain body actually going on between you and the parents. So they want you to really purify that, do surrender on your part, and fully accept the situation the way it is before you make your decision as to what to do. So what they're giving me as your answer is they're not telling me what to tell you to do. They're giving me instructions to give you in order to create a clear and confident answer for yourself. Does that make sense? Yes, goody Tulane, forgiveness, exactly. But it's not just forgiveness of other people and their mistakes. It's also forgiveness for circumstance and situation, because this is what life is. Yes, connect with your guides. The other thing is, guys, we are not here to avoid pain and struggle and suffering and tough decisions. We are here to learn how to rise above them and how to access the observer behind our thoughts when our mind is all caught up. And right now, Katie, you're a lot more in ego. That's what painful situations do. They bring us down into our egoic self, and they make things seem so painful and so difficult. But you do have a soul connection with your grandchildren and with your son. And I think that if you can rise above this, which is what your guides are trying to get you to do, then you're going to find peace with it. Okay. And what I'm seeing is is that you can actually sort this out over the summer and fall, making some internal shifts so that going into next year, you guys, you're going to have to, they're saying, listen very closely to this. They're saying you're going to have to reestablish new boundaries with them. Okay, you're going to have to establish new boundaries with them. And when you do that, you're both going to have new boundaries on the side for the sake of the children so that you can have that relationship. Okay, because they do want their children to have a relationship, you know, with their grandparents. That is really important to them. And it's ego on their side too. They need to make some shifts as well. That's the energy I see swirling around the children right now. It's coming from all of you adults. And so you guys all need to step back and calm that down for the sake of the kids. Okay, I see you, Coeasy. Yes, Goody Tulane says forgiveness for things out of your control, surrender and release. Yep, that's exactly what your guides are saying. But they want to guide you through that and remind you, and actually it will be empowering and it will serve all of you. So be the leader here, Katie. Be the leader here. You can do this, and keep me posted. And I'm really sorry that I didn't get to you a couple weeks ago. So I'm glad you're on here tonight. Yeah, it's important to my son, but not the mother. She's the biggest reason. Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, guys, this is why we're here. Obstacles are opportunities. And what your guides are showing me, which they want to share with you on their own, Katie, is you really need to clear all the overthinking and all the egoic crap and get back to pure consciousness, you know, get back to awakening your intuition, because your intuition and your guides are going to be able to help direct you in ways that your mind can't. Right now, you're being dragged down to their mother's level. You're allowing yourself to be. It's very hard not to be. And if you want to go up and beyond that, you're going to have to surrender, forgive, and release, and then allow new information to come in so that you can rise above. There's my little Aspie. Hi, Aspie. It's my girl with the eye injury. She's recovering. All right. Does this make sense, guys? So, all other grandkids are here all the time. That's amazing. Yeah. Well, and guys, you know, you can't save kids from their parents. And sometimes you have to give a little bit in ways that you wouldn't for the sake of them to be able to have a relationship with you. And, you know, just follow your intuition on that. Okay. It's very important that you let go of the egoic stuff first. It doesn't mean, if you're surrendering and forgiving and accepting, Katie, it doesn't mean that you're giving in to the mother. It means that you are cutting the ties from your ego and hers controlling you. Because only when you do that can you be in touch with your higher self and your intuition, make the more powerful choice. It's a bigger choice than what she can make. And your energy then will trump whatever she's doing. Okay. But guys, you know, I learned this in all my decades of martial arts. You have to surrender first if you're going to become more powerful. If you're going to be more powerful than your enemy or your circumstance or the person you're at odds with, you have to surrender, because you have to have the power behind you of your higher self, of the universe. If you are in a place of ego, that cannot happen. It puts you at the same level of the person you're at odds with, if that makes sense, Katie. Okay. And I'm so proud of you, Katie. I know you can do it. You're an amazing and wise soul. I know you've got this. Okay. I know you can do this. She said, all my kids are great. I'm so proud of them. Even my youngest. Yeah. Well, he's in a tight spot too, isn't he? And if you can do this process your guides just gave me for you, that's going to help actually energetically. It will help your son as well. Okay. So Katie, do me a favor. Keep me posted. We're going to start our Awakening Your Intuition Masterminds up again in the next 2 weeks. So come and join it. Talk with me more in person about that. And we can work on this a lot more in depth in that program. Okay. So keep me posted. I'm going to send your guides with you, Katie. Get back to them, my dear. Jenny, welcome. Great to see you. Kathleen, Charlene, Maggie. Oh, thanks for all the flowers, Maggie. They're so cool. All right. Let's move on here. Aren't they? Thank you, Katie. They are beautiful. My little angels, my 2 Aquarian ponies. Oh, and there's Micah. There's Micah, my little redhead catter pony. All right. Okay, let's see here. Let me scroll up here. You guys are great. Let me, oh my goodness, you guys are so noisy today. Oh my gosh, Leona, look at all those numbers, Leona. You have so many angels around you trying to get through to you. That's amazing. All right, guys, I'm starring you. I'm scrolling back up here to see. I am well, Crystal Lee. Thank you. Let's see. Hold on here. I'm scrolling up to a couple I had starred. Spirit had me star in the beginning. I hope Maria heard her stuff. Let's see. Your dad's mom is there with you, Kawizi. Let's see. All right. Laura Lou, I see you. And here we go. All right. So I got Laura Lou and Sherry. Sherry, are you still there? Let me know. Sherry, let me know if you're still there. I always want to make sure you guys are there before I read, just because sometimes if people log off, they're bored, they don't like what I'm saying, or they have to go take care of their kids or something. They have something to do. They don't always make it back. So I wanted to make sure that, and guys, please don't just ask if I have messages for you. We can do that, but these are online free readings and that takes more time. Sometimes, yeah, it's a booming message, but like if there's someone you want to hear from, please give me their name, give me their birthday, give me something to link to, just because there's so much coming in for all you guys. And when I do online free readings, I am on a smaller time scale, right? And so it just saves us a lot of time if you just give us the connector factor. If you've got a specific question you want, just please go ahead and ask that. People always say anything for me. Okay, well, maybe sometimes there is, but if chances are, unless there's something that's vital or an emergency, unless you're more specific, Spirit's not going to guide me that direction. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, Lois, that's okay. Hopefully you can make the next one, but let me know so I don't hold a space, so I can open up that space for someone if you're not coming. Okay. I didn't know I just thought maybe you weren't getting my emails. I'm doing great. Okay. I'm just looking to see if Sherry is here or if Sherry already popped off. I see a Maggie. I've got you starred here. Gary, there she is. Gary. Okay, Sherry, you're here. And Sherry, that's okay. You said you wanted to hear from your recently departed father. So Spirit immediately was like, star that girl. Okay, so we're there. So let's see here. Let's tune in with your dad. Oh, Sherry. Okay. So now your dad's father, your grandfather, we're gonna do some like validation here, right? Oh, hey Michelle, nice to see you, girl. Haven't seen you in ages. So let's see, hold on a second here. Starring stuff. So Sherry, so it looks as though he's there with his father as well. Let's do some verifying here, Sherry. Is your dad's father departed as well? Because your dad is, he's got a fatherly figure with him, next to him. And this is like hi, Kira. This is to share and show you and share with you that he is there with family members. because they're right there beside each other. And then let's see, there's a gentleman with also straight dark hair and glasses, a rather slender looking gentleman who is present. Your dad is thanking you for inquiring about him, and he says that, and sorry, I'm looking this way now because I'm looking at what they're showing me. It's a little different with everyone where I'm going to be looking around, because I will feel and I'll hear and I'll see and I'll sense all sorts of different things while I'm doing a reading as well. So you'll see me sort of looking around. I'm kind of half here with you and I'm somewhere else. Okay. He's saying that he's wanted you to know that he is fine, he's comfortable, he's healthy, he's safe. And he says that he's been trying to get in touch with you gently. He's using the word gently. And he wants to thank you for inquiring about him. He's like, that's very kind of you. He's being very proper. He said, that's very kind of you. And he's been trying to let you know that he is okay, that he is fine. He wants you to know that you gave him great peace. And he mostly has wanted to touch base with you from the other side to let you know that your relationship is ongoing and you can continue the relationship you were building while he's on the other side. He says you brought him great peace and that you will know what that means. He's very sweet. He's really very sweet. Because he's just very grateful to you. He says, you'll know what that means. He's very grateful to you. You brought him great peace. He says you brought him peace that he had not known in years, in a long time. And he thanks you for that because he got to take that with him. And he wanted the chance to really verify for you that he really is there and that he really does want to thank you. Now, guys, I know these messages seem simple, but in truth, when spirit comes through in mediumship readings, they usually don't have elaborate, detailed, they might have detailed, but they don't have complicated messages. They are very clear, simple messages of things that they want you to know in order to bring you peace. Okay. And he wanted to be able to verify for you that he is there and he's grateful to you. Let's see. He said, my father was 83 when he passed. I only met him 3 years ago. So that would be why, Sherry, he is thanking you. And he is thanking you for giving him peace. Okay. And he's saying you know what that means. And so I'm asking him, about that relationship. And he's saying, yes, that time that he spent with you, allowing him into your life, allowing him into your life, that brought him peace and that brought him closure. And that's what he's thanking you for. Okay. I think that's really important. He says he felt as though that peace and that love that you gave him was good enough for a lifetime, that peace that he felt there at the end. Because what I am seeing, Sherry, is actually you chose, like all of us souls do, you chose your parents. So you chose him before coming into this world, Sherry, knowing that he was going to be absent, knowing how that relationship would be. But there is a soul connection. He is still part of your soul family. Okay. Isn't that beautiful, Jenny? Yeah, isn't that beautiful? So Michelle Graham, you're probably not seeing anyone else's messages because of where you're listening. So if you're on my psychic medium page and everyone else is on Veronica's page, or they're on my animal interpreter page, or they're on my home page, you will only see the messages from people. I see them from everywhere. You're only going to see them from whatever online host you're logged into. Okay, Michelle? It's really good to see you, Michelle. So Yeah, yes, he is. She said, so beautiful. Yes. So, so here's the other thing, Sherry, he wants to send with you. He's actually saying because you are in the same soul family, although he's not one of your spirit guides, he says that your relationship can continue to develop and you can actually have a continued and stronger bond and relationship with him than you had here in this world, obviously, right? But even for people that have had their family and parents with them their whole lives in this world, remember, Spirit told me to share with everyone when I started doing online readings that when a loved one departs, your relation, and animals too, your relationship has not ended, it has merely transformed. And you and your dad have such an amazing soul connection. His energy is so pure, it is so sweet, it is so at peace. And he is going to be there walking beside you and to continue developing your relationship, but with him from the other side. Okay, you love it. I know, me too. You're on Facebook. Yeah, Michelle, I can see. I figured you were on Facebook, and it says Facebook there on my end, but that's what it is. That's why you can't see everybody's comments. Let's see here. What he's going to advise to you, Sherry. Hold on here. We have a lot of mediumship readings going on here, guys. You did, Sherry. Wonderful. What he's going to recommend, and I will recommend because I teach my Awaken Your Intuition clients this in our program, is to really journal to him, write to him, because the more you do it, the stronger your connection is going to be, and the more you're going to be able to recognize him, distinguish your own thoughts from his. He's showing me he comes through to you mostly in feeling and let's see, claircognizance. So off, it will be easy for you to mix up your thoughts with his thoughts, but that those are thoughts he's sharing with you. And he wants you to know, Sherry, he loves you so very, very, very much. And he has always loved you so very, very, very much, unconditionally. He knows that you know, but he wants to remind you that you were not the reason he was not there, and that he missed you desperately and loved you unconditionally every day he walked this planet, that you were alive. And the reason that you gave him such peace, and he is so grateful to you, is that those last 3 years were the most peaceful years of his life. I have such chills. That is Spirit. That is your dad, Gary, thanking me for that. Telling me, yes, that's what I wanted to say to her on a sentimental level. And that his parents were there awaiting him. And he's there very close with his dad, very peaceful and joyful on the other side. And he has you to thank for that. So thank you so much. He said that could have gone very differently, but you brought him great joy. And when you're back on the other side, you guys are going to be able to celebrate all of this. But he says you have a long journey left with him here on the other side, and that he's always there to give you advice and support you and encourage you. And he's got your back. Okay, Sherry, he's got your back. So I'm going to send you with your dad, Sherry. Thank you for letting me read for you. What a beautiful, beautiful reading, guys. What a beautiful reading. All right. So, guys, I'm going to try to get to as many of the mediumship readings as I can today, okay? I know I only have a little bit of time left, but I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to move up here. Guys, just so you know, I am going to be on again on Friday evening. So Friday, I will be back on. If I don't get you today, I will get back on. And as my schedule gets better, I'm going to try to, you're surrounded by your fur babies, Kellyanne. Awesome. I'm going to try to get back to as many people as I can. Okay. Don't forget, guys, the next Meet Your Spirit Guides is May 30th. If you want to know to meet your spirit guides. All right. Hold on here, guys. I'm scrolling to the next mediumship reading they want me to get to. But I have to clear my little cursor here. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to scroll down. Sorry, guys. I have a few ones starred that Spirit asked me to get to tonight. All right, so I'm going to do that. Let's see. Kawezi, your dad's mom doesn't really have anything different than what I give you each week. She just really wants to encourage you to do what you love, to do your music, to take action. She's like, take action, take action, take action. There is so much going on right now in the world. The chaos we talked about with astrology in the beginning, where Aries is so present right now, and it will be present until May 19th. And that's really important, Kawezi, that you take advantage of that fire, of the action energy. It's really important, Kawezi. They want you to embrace that. You know, she is like this. Your dad's mom, Kawezi, is like this. She is like, come on, boy, come on. You got this. Like, she's like, you've got so much to share within you, and she wants to see that blossom. And I know I told you last week in your reading that they're showing me that blossoming is just ready to burst, which is one of the reasons why you get on here and you have these questions and you're so enthusiastic. They want to see you take that energy and turn it into action. She's like, get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. She's wanting me to ask you, Kawezi, to ask yourself, what is it that you are not doing that you're afraid of? What actions are you not taking to move yourself forward? She wants you to get out of your comfort zone, take some risks, and then everything is going to shift for you. That's the message from your dad's mom. And I love her. I would love to sit down with her at a table and connect with her. I love her energy. I love her faith and belief in you. I love her enthusiasm. I love how much she believes in you. So take that to heart, because as I know it came through for you for the summer, there is so much energy and doors of opportunity that are going to open up for you by the fall. If you take this and you run for it this spring and this summer, okay, Kawezi? Mwah. I can't wait to see what you do. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting in the wings. Okay. Let's see here. Maria, they came through for me with the 3 months. And girl, they are telling me that you have opportunities that you are missing for connections. They're showing me, Maria, that you are going to be able to get, a job through people that you know that know people. So don't be so busy trying to figure out when it's going to happen and what it's going to be. Prepare yourself instead and allow yourself to be surprised at the opportunities that come your way, okay? Because they're there, but you can't be surprised if you're trying too hard to look for them, okay? All right. Thank you for always showing up here. I love having you on here, Maria. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to scroll down. Let's see. Let's see. Guys, if there's someone you want to hear from, because it does save me time and we've got so many people on here wanting mediumship, please tell me exactly who you want to talk to, okay? Let's see. Your path can change. Goody Tulane says, as we have free will. Yeah, absolutely. Your path can change. That's right. Absolutely. A lot of times we wanted to. This is why Spirit comes through and often gives me instructions as to what they want people to do to make those shifts. You remember this. Very interesting. Yeah, isn't it, Sherry? Okay. Let's see here. Goody Tulane, I have you starred. We may have to get to you Friday. I'm taking trying to get, Spirit wants me to get to some specific mediumship readings right now. I'd love to give you some general guidance from Spirit, though. So if I don't get you today, Goody Tulane, I'm going to who I have starred first. Please come back on Friday. Let's see here. You are ready for an upgrade. You are ready for an upgrade. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Carol, thank you. That the white horse, which is actually a flea-bitten gray, his name is Jasper, and he's amazing. He's happily eating. They're waiting for dinner, so when I get off here, Jasper's an absolute angel. So is Aspie. She's eating out of. Can you guys see? Like, so Jasper puts his hay bag out to share. He put it out for Aspen, and they were sharing. All right. You're welcome, Sherry. Hi, Cindy Koikar. Welcome. Okay, I'm just scrolling down here. Aaron David, hello. That's right. You believe it and then you see it. That's exactly right. Guys, yeah, here we go. Mark this down. This is absolutely true. It's not seeing as believing, it's believing as seeing. And boy, is that a fascinating thing. Yes, I have 4 horses, Natalie. You've seen 3 of them today. You've seen the little redhead, you've seen Jasper, you've seen Aspen, and you saw Tempe too. There's Tempe right there. There's Tempe. All right, so let's get. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling, guys. I'm looking. Let's see. Scrolling down here. Quantum physics. Yes, Carol. Yes. My favorite, neuroscience and quantum physics. And boy, if people think that does not go with psychic readings and intuitive abilities, they are mistaken, because it certainly does. Okay. Let's see. We did the angel thing for Leona. Guys, I'm just scrolling down. I saw somebody else wanted something with so a mediumship reading down here. I'm trying to get to. Sorry, guys. It's taking me a minute to scroll. Hi, Ann Steele. Okay. Boy, I got to go way down here. Okay. Who is this? Oh, there's when Lois popped on. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I don't like to be quiet for so long on here. Okay, here we go. Maggie Martin, are you still on? Maggie Martin. Maggie Martin would love to hear from Rick. April 22nd was his birthday. Oh, what a great birthday. Earth Day. You guys know I was the youth president of Earth Day and the spokesperson for the UN in Earth Day. And it was so amazing when I was a kid. It was so amazing. The founder of Earth Day was such a cool guy. He got booted out by the board because there's other people that wanted to run it. Unfortunately, it was all ego. But the guy that started it, his name was Bruce. He's practically forgotten now, but he was such an amazing guy. All right, Maggie, let's see if you're here. Wow. You there, Maggie? All right. Let me know if you're there, Maggie. I see your really wow comment, but I want to make sure you're actually there before I get started. Yes, good energy with Rose, Leona. Absolutely. You're there. Yes. Okay, got it. Yeah, really. Wow. I know. Hi, Sonia. Okay, so let's tune in with Rick here. Let's see. Oh, he's so excited. Okay, so interesting. So everyone comes in a little bit differently. I see you, Kathleen. Everyone comes in a little differently, guys. He is actually when I spoke his name, Maggie, I'm just going to describe to you guys what happens, what I'm seeing and sensing. And sometimes it's going to make sense to you. Sometimes, because readings come in condensed, I'm going to get bits and pieces and I'm going to spew things out that don't sound like they make any sense, but it comes full circle and it'll make sense to you. That's why sometimes people are like, what is that reader doing? But it's because we got to take the pieces that come into us, because they can't always give us the whole kit and caboodle at once. So when I spoke his name, Maggie, and this is interesting because usually they all just kind of come in like right now, there's literally like hundreds of souls I can see standing like out this for me. And then the ones that need to come forward, step forward. And then they become sort of faceless as they go off in the back, because there's lines upon lines upon lines of souls that want to talk to people, which is why today I think they're asking me, please do the mediumship part. Okay. And I'm not going to go way over today, guys. I'm going to do this and then you'll have to come back and find me on Friday. I will try to get on and answer everybody in comments, but right now I'm having a crazy week. So, but anyway, he came through. It was like all of a sudden this like little portal open, like this little oval, like this egg shaped like doorway of light. in the clouds, and he walked through there. And so Rick did. And so I asked him, well, in a side conversation, not what I'm saying to you guys. Thank you for sharing, Sherry. Guys, also don't forget, let me just quick say this. If you want to follow me for more things, if you want to do Meet Your Spirit Guides, if you want to do Angels in Action, I do on Mondays. If you want to do Furball Fridays, if you want to do any of that, follow me on the Larkin Psychic Medium page down here. If you're interested in that, if you want a free discovery call to help me assess what's going on with you and help give you some direction, find me there before I forget. Okay. All right. Anyway, so it's kind of neat the way he came through. And I asked him in side conversation, Maggie, why did you come through that way? Like, where did you come from? Because he wasn't here waiting with all the other souls, just like they were all like here waiting. He wasn't. He was somewhere else. So he just came through like an energy portal from the other world. And he was like, oh, well, okay. So he was working with the libraries, in the Akashic records. He's very curious. Since his lifetime here, he said he got back to the other side and he immediately wanted to do some research. He's been looking at assessing what he was doing, what he wasn't doing, what he wants to do, why he did the things he did in life, what things were in alignment with what he planned and what things weren't. Hi, Pauline. Welcome. Okay. I'm going to star you, Pauline. Okay. He's really enthusiastic, Maggie. Being back on the other side, he's enthusiastic to reconnect with his teachers, with the Akashic records, to look things up, to replay where he stayed in alignment with his plans and where he didn't. I love his energy. I love his intellect. I love his enthusiasm. And a lot of people come through to me in like regular clothes that people would recognize. He actually, so when he actually came through in sort of like a light, and I was like, what color are you wearing? Because it's not really white. It's not really a color I can see. So in my mind's eye, I can see it. It's not really white. It's not really gray. Oddly enough, it's almost this color. I put on this really pale, like gray blue nail polish today. And oddly enough, it's this color. It's so weird, so freaking weird. Before I got on today, I painted this on my nails, and it's not even the coats I want. It needs to be much darker. But I guess it was so I could show you what he's wearing. That's really cool. So anyway, I love his vibe. I love his energy. And he's just so excited. I'm just trying to present to you what he's showing with me. But anyway, so he walked through with like this color robe and cloak on. It's like something out of a movie. I like this guy. He's got like this suave energy. And as the portal opened up, he walked through. Everyone else was like, oh, hey. And he like kind of took his cloak hat off, the hood, and he walked through. And as he walked towards me, he walked more into regular clothing. And he's got like a white shirt on and like not like dress pants, but almost like dark or black jeans, like dark pants. His shoes are like super clean and look really nice. And he just walked right up to me and smiled. He put like his hands in his pocket and looked at me and smiled and said, thank you to me. So that's very interesting. That's very complete. But like you can tell while I'm reading for him that I'm getting bubbly, like I'm exuding the energy that he has. And he's like, hey, Maggie, how you doing? Like, thank you for coming to visit me, or rather I'm visiting you. This is literally like what I'm getting from him. And he wants to share with you. He's like, wow, he's saying our lives are so tremendously fascinating. You have no idea. When you get back to the other side, our lives had so much meaning, so much purpose. There's so many details that we blew off, that I'm just channeling this for you right now. This is crazy, but I'm learning from this too. He's saying there's so much that we blow off that we don't think matters when we're there. I'm getting such chills. So that's his way of telling me, yes, this is what I want to be saying, because guys, I'm having to translate here, and he's pretty good at translating. I mean, he's a good communicator. This isn't always easy to get all this out from someone, but he's just, it's coming through his feeling, and then I'm translating it because it is compact. But he's sharing, like, he wants you to know, wow, don't overlook these details in life. He's like, all these little details, that we thought maybe didn't matter. Each one has a meaning. Each one adds to our frequency. Each one elevates, our awareness and our consciousness. And Maggie, this is specifically for you, but for everybody, like, every little choice you make matters. He wants you to know every little choice you make matters. And he's laughing as he looks back at his life, and he thinks, looks at the choices he made, either not realizing that they mattered or not realizing the impact they had on someone else. He's like, the ones I made, I thought really were a big deal, weren't as big of a deal. But all these little decisions I made, I didn't think mattered, really did. And he's pleased because he says, he achieved so much energetically and evolutionarily that he wanted to. And he's just really excited about that. I don't meet a lot of souls that are this excited about their progress, but he is, and he's checking it out, and he's researching it, and he is going to apply it to his next incarnation. Let's see. Yes. Well, and he's saying you are overlooking them. He's, he keeps an eye on you. And he's like, you are overlooking them, and don't underestimate your power of choice. He wants you to know, right? He wants you to know that it's really important what your power of choice is. You said he is a rock star in spirit and before. Yes, he is. He absolutely is. And he was enthusiastic to get back. Yeah, he's a very cool vibe. Yes. Very cool vibe. I just absolutely love him. The other thing I love that I'm getting from him as well, because I just asked him in a side conversation, like, you said yes on all three. Okay, good. Yes. Not really gray, like gray blue. You said yes, he's such an excitable soul. Well, you guys can see what happened to my energy as I'm interacting with him. And it's really quite fascinating because he is enthusiastic about coming back. He's enthusiastic about growing and evolving. And right now, he's working with the Akashic Record librarians and his teachers, and he's trying to learn as much as he can so he can have an impact later. He's also working with souls that come over, Maggie, to help them understand their Akashic records and look up things that are significant so they can apply them either to learn from the life they just came from or for the lives that they want to go to, right? Which is really interesting. He's telling you, he's like, look, don't worry about some of the little stuff. He's like, don't worry about, what people think or say about you. Don't let yourself get too stressed out by stupid little things that happen throughout the day, because they're all stupid little things. He's like, if you remain lighthearted, this is specifically for you, Maggie. He's saying, if you keep it light, he's saying, keep it light. If you, hi, me, Shelley. Good day. He is highly intelligent. I can see that. And he always wanted to learn. Yes. But he's saying, just keep it light. Don't take life too seriously. Don't let it weigh you down. Keep it light, because he goes, here on the other side, it all has so much give, right? You're here to learn. He's like, you're here to learn. And keep up with that. Keep up with that idea. Keep up with that belief. Understand that nothing stays the same. Everything changes. He was in this life too. Yeah. It's lighthearted and about rising above the BS. Well, that's how he is as a soul too. So that part of him that you saw, Maggie, here as a person, that is him as a soul completely. And he's like, just keep it light. And you're going to not only flow through life. This is really wise advice he's giving you. You're not just going to flow through life, but you're going to fly high. You're going to soar. You're going to be able to soar with what you're doing. And he says he's going to stay around. He's going to be there. You're going to be able to connect with him. And he's going to make it his focus to continuously remind you to keep it light. Okay? Because, in this much time, it's all over. And you're back on the other side. And you guys get to laugh it out, right? But he wants to thank you for tuning in with him, and he's going to try to be there to help you keep it light. And as my mom always said, lighten up and fly higher. She has always said that, and that reminds me of the advice he's giving you. So Maggie, I'm going to send Rick with you. Thank you so much for sharing him with us today. I really enjoyed spending time with him and reading for this. It was really fun. Thank you so much. I'm going to send him with you. He's totally with you. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I'm going to get to a couple more guys and then I'll have to tune off. Thank you guys for liking and commenting, because it helps people find Veronica's lives, which is what all the social media I have this connected to goes to. And it helps them find my page, and it helps them find resources for help. So when you guys like, it helps the algorithm. Okay. All right. Let me go back up here. Let's see. Yes, Leona, those numbers are known to both of you. You definitely share those. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll right up here. Pauline, are you still here? I'm going to try to get to Pauline and Kathleen. I should have done Kathleen first. Kathleen, I had you start first. Are you here, Kathleen? Do you hear from your dad, JP, Connor? Guys, we're going to do a couple more, and then I'll have to feed the horses in a little bit. I'm getting freezing. It's getting cold, and it's windy in here. Okay. Let's see. Don't forget, guys, if you guys want to learn to awaken your intuition and tap into these things, and you want to know more about the Awakening Your Intuition online course and mastermind I have, private message me or email larkinsreadings@gmail.com. If you want a free discovery call, 20 minutes where I sit down with you and I assess what you're wanting, what you want to change or learn and grow, it's completely free. It's not a sales call. Once in a while, I'll invite people to work with me if I think they're a good match, but I give you the 3 next steps you need to make a transition. I only do 10 of those a week. If you want a reading, if you want to join Meet Your Spirit Guides, you need to private message me for all those things until I get my school account set up, and we have a community there. Or you need to email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com. Okay. You can also like and follow my psychic medium page down here so you can keep in touch. And then I'll be back on to do more of these on Friday. Okay. All right. Let's see if Kathleen is there. Yes, Pauline is there and Kathleen. Great. Okay. We'll get you guys. Okay. And Kelly Ann wants to hear from Rick. Okay, guys, some of these, girl, that's what I needed to hear. Maggie, good. I need to, some of you guys will have to do on Friday. Let's see. Let's see. So Michelle, you may have to get to me on Friday. It depends on how much I can get through today, girl. We can also, do a reading for your mom if you want to bring your mom on. Guys, I want to get to all of you so badly, but I can only stay on a little while longer, and then you'll have to find me again Friday, okay? Because I have to feed the horses. What time on Friday? Friday should be, I don't know. I'll have to post it. It's probably going to be 5 p.m. EDT, 4 or 5 p.m. EDT, which is 9 or 10 p.m. British Standard Time, okay? All right, so let's tune in, Kathleen, to your dad. Let me see here. So Kathleen, let's make sure this is your dad here. Hi, Crystal Lee. Guys, if I don't get you today, you might have to come back and find me on Friday, okay? I'll try to get to as many of you as I can, but I'll be back Friday night. So hold that thought if you don't get one today. So there is a gentleman in a button-down shirt and sort of like, it looks like it's either like gray or like salt and pepper straight hair. Did he have reading glasses, Kathleen? I want to verify this is your dad. He's wearing a light button-down shirt. There's a gentleman coming through here. Yes, Jenny, your comments are being seen. Thank you for asking. Trying to get to as many comments as I can, okay? Let's see here. And he's over, this gentleman I'm describing, Kathleen, is over on my right. And when I sort of called for him, he smiled and put his hand up and he was like, here. He's like, hello. Oh, man, Kathleen, he wants to give you a big, big, big hug. And I've just got chills. I want you to sit for a minute, Kathleen, and I want you to see, because from my view, he's here over on my side here. But what I'm seeing as well is when I invited him in, you're welcome, Jenny. Yes, he's wearing a white button-down shirt. Yes. It's not like stark white. It's not like bright white. It's like a real calm, nice white, and it's buttoned down. He looks like he's dressed for the occasion today. He's not dressed up. He just looks very nice. And the first thing he really wants to do is give you a big hug. And I have such chills. And so although here for me, I see him right here, he's also showing me that he's moved into your auric space and your auric field, Kathleen. And he is wrapping his energy around you like a big hug. And I want you to just take a moment and see if you can feel it, because he comes through to you in the astral plane. He does visit you in your dreams as visitations. He also meets with you in the astral plane, and you're feeling him through clairsentience. He tries to get through to you through clairsentience, clairaudience, and claircognizance. So he's reaching, I mean, he reaches out to you in general, right? But you are best at receiving and receiving him through clairsentience, which is feeling, which is why he's hugging you right now. He's wrapping his vibrational frequency, his arms around you, really. But what you feel is vibrational frequency, meshing with your vibrational frequency. And he's just giving you such a big hug, and he's resting his chin on your head, and he's just squeezing you. He wants you to feel so surrounded by love energy right now. And he's not crying, but he would be crying right now. Like if he was here as a person, the love is so much, it's so overwhelming. It makes me feel like I want to cry. Like that's how he's hugging you. Like a dad would just grab his daughter and just put his head on her shoulder and kiss her head, or on her head, and kiss her and give her a kiss, and just I love you so much. He just wants you to feel that love. The awe he has for you, how proud he was to be your father, how proud he is of the woman you have become, and the life that you're living. He's saying full of integrity. Whether you know it or not, you make good choices, you're conscientious, you're good-hearted, you're thoughtful of others. He's so proud of the nature and the being of who you are. Okay. Hi, Carol. You feel really warm. Okay, good. Yeah. So that's the vibrational frequencies melding. And you can either feel that sometimes as heat, as warmth, or sometimes as tingles. Okay. And he just, first and foremost, he wants you to know how much he loves you. And he wants you to know there really is no separation. He's saying, believe that. Believe me when I tell you I'm not anywhere else. I've just changed frequency, but I'm still here. And he wants you to know that. And he's been trying really hard to get through. I'm seeing like a kitchen counter. Kathleen, are you wanting to get a new countertop, or did his home need a new countertop? You're looking after your mother, or maybe it's where your mother is. He's showing me a kitchen like with like here, well, from my perspective, I'm standing here, there's like, it looks like a half rectangle with like a sink in the middle here, and then like cabinets, like wood cabinets, and like is there like a window in the kitchen? He's showing me a room that's set up like that, like a kitchen that's set up like that. Okay. And he's just like laughing his head and shaking when I ask him about the countertop, because somebody wanted to get a new countertop, or it's an old countertop, or somebody doesn't like the countertop. And he's showing me that. And he's showing me you in this kitchen a lot. He's showing me his perspective of seeing you, and this kitchen needing to be redone. And oh, there's a horse chewing on a plug. Hold on. Yeah, no, let go, out. Wow. You did not chew on that new. Hold on, guys. Sorry. All right, guys. You did not chew on that, my friend. Whoa. Oh, Yogi. Sorry, guys. Chewing on an electric cord that was not plugged in. Okay. Anyway, so he's showing me watching you in there, and he's with you always, like if you're talking to him or you need him or whatever, but he's showing me observing you in there a lot, like from his angle and perspective, and just, to let you know that he's there and he's present, and that he's like, he tries to approach you often when you're alone and doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're helping someone, or you're doing something for someone, and then you walk away for a minute, or you go to get something, that's when he tries to approach you, so that you can feel that he's present. Because if you're not interacting with someone, you're going to be noticing that he's present more. Okay. And he really tries to do that, to try to get you in that space where your mind is more still and he can connect with you. Okay. So he's showing me that. Let's see. He's also showing me, let's see. He's showing me that he's very proud of you and grateful to you, that you're taking care of things that you would know and want him to care for, that he would have wanted you to care for. And he doesn't want you to feel burdened by it, but he wants you to know that he's so grateful, and he looks upon you with a smile, and he can see you do it. And he doesn't want you to stress yourself out. He's like, he trusts your ways to be different than his ways. He trusts however you need to do what you need to do, but he wants you to know that he's there, and he can see you doing things. He can see you taking care of things that he loves and appreciates and adores. And he wants to thank you for that. He's so, so proud of you. Let's see here. Let me check comments. Sorry, I want to make sure this is all making sense to you. Cupboards, yes. Haha. Your mom's. Okay. All right. You're looking after your mother. Okay. He always told you to look after the garden. Wonderful. Yes. Well, that is very important as well. Hi, Ellie. Yes, the garden and your mom and all those important things that are now becoming your responsibility. But he says you're doing a fabulous job, and he wants you to make the changes and adjustments that you need to make, even if they're little changes that you need to make in order to be doing all the things you need to do, and to still be fitting your life in what you need to be doing, because you're integrating things. Okay. You're integrating these things in. And, he's like, he's there with a soft, kind, gentle voice and hand and love. Isn't that beautiful message, Rose? Yes. And he just wants to thank you. He loves you so much. He says you and like, you guys are from the same soul family, which you guys hear me say this a lot. This is nothing new. A lot of families are. And your mom is a part of that family as well. And he's just appreciates everything that you're doing, and he's okay with whatever you need to do to adjust for yourself, because he doesn't want you to wear yourself out or get overwhelmed. He doesn't want you to doubt or question, what you're doing, and would he be proud of it or not. He's just very, very proud of you. Okay. Kathleen, when we get off of here, your connection with your dad is going to be even stronger. So you can start asking him questions or writing things down when you go to go to bed at night. And you'll start to remember more what's happening in the astral plane. He does visit you and your mom, and he does visit you both in the astral plane. And he is loving the garden. He says the caring for the garden is as much for you as it is for him and for your mom. Okay. So I'm going to send you with your dad. Hi, Ellie. Welcome. Just know that you're going to be able to connect with him more strongly now that we've had this reading. Okay. All right. I'm going to send you off with your dad, Kathleen. Wonderful, beautiful, amazing soul. I love your dad. I feel so warm and welcomed by him just having this connection. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do, let's see, Pauline, are you still there? Is Pauline still there? You're still here. You were there before. Okay, great. Let me scroll up here. Guys, I'm not going to be able to get to everybody today. I'm doing my best. So if I miss you today, will you please come back on Friday? Hold on, Pauline. I was looking for, here we go, your sister. Hi, Aspie. All right. I did see your message, Jenny, and I'm going to read through it a lot later. Because when I get off of here tonight, guys, I'm going to try to go back and check on some of your messages. But then some of you are going to have to try to find me Friday if you want a reading, or, if you want someone else to read for you on Veronica's page, because I will have to go eventually. All right, Pauline, let's tune into your sister here, please. And my friend from the barn is coming, so hold on, Aspie. Okay, the horses are getting restless. They're ready to eat. Okay. Let's see. All right, Ellie. Michelle, honey, I'm going to need you to write a little more of what you want in there. And I may have to get on later tonight and write you some sort of an answer, because I am going to have to get off of here shortly. I have so many people that want readings tonight, but I can't stay on for 3 hours. But I will try to get back on. And I will be on Friday, but I'll try to get back on and write something at least to you in the comments. Okay. All right. Let's tune into your sister here. And I see your question too, Ellie. Okay. Oh, Pauline, I'm so sorry. She's allowing me to feel your pain and your loss here in her absence. And she's, her energy is, her energy is very peaceful right now. I'm glad you found us too, Erin. Thank you for joining us. So, Pauline, you're interesting. Like, this energy is so much more serious. The energy that's coming through for you. I'm getting such chills from her. She's so grateful to be here. But it's very peaceful, almost solemn energy. And it's not so much from her side and her part, Pauline. On the other side, I'm going to say this before I share what she wants to share, okay? Hi from San Diego, Super Doogie. Welcome. Guys, I'm going to star all these. I'm going to try to get on. There's so many of you. I know I'm sidetracking, but I'm going to try to get on later tonight and at least respond to you quickly. And then if you guys can come back Friday, I'll get you, okay? Because I can't stay on long enough to get all of you. But these souls are all here and they do want to come through to you. So if you could find me Friday, they will come back for you. Okay. Pauline, your sister is, so on the other side, we are outside of space and time. So we get to see what's happening, right? We know what's happening. I'm sorry, Super Doogie. Hang in there, buddy. Thank you, Kellyanne. So we are on the other side, and your sister, Pauline, can see and understand things now that she couldn't before. But that doesn't mean that they don't have things that they regret for you or they want to apologize for that they would have as a person because of what they see you going through, right? And your sister's calm, quiet peace in her coming through, it has some solemnness to it. As she felt like she left you in a way that perhaps she would have liked to have left you in a better way. There was more she wanted to be able to say and do and give you. I'm not sure if you're aware of this before she left this world. And she wants to apologize for that. She's able to look back and look over what she's done. And I don't mean that in a bad way, right? I'm just saying she's able to look over her life, have her life review and all of that. And she wants you to understand if she was there in human form now, she'd want to sit down with you on the couch with a cup of tea or coffee and face you and just have some sister time. She'd want to hold your hands and look you in the eye and say, listen, I wasn't all the sister that I could have been. And I wasn't the sister I would have really liked to have been. But I want you to know that I love you so much and I always tried my best. And there's so many things that I wanted to do with you and give you and share with you still. And she's like, I feel like I pulled the rug out from under you. I just kind of left us hanging. That's what she's showing me. Okay. And although souls are not sad the way that we are sad, they can be sad for us. And the solemnness that I'm feeling, I mean, you guys can see how different my energy is versus when I was reading for Gary before. Because I'm feeling what she's feeling. And that just made her very sad because she's sad for you. And she's like, you'll be okay. Like everything's fine because we choose our time as a soul to go. But she wants to exude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. She's like, you deserve to have a sister. You deserve to have me there. You deserve to have more time with me. You deserve to have that connection to talk to and lean on and share things with. She does want you to know that she realizes now, even if you had been able to prepare, of course, we're never really prepared, right? But even if you had known and things hadn't happened so quickly, it would still be just as painful. And she sees that now, whether you're aware of it or not. She wants to communicate that to you. But she still just wants to say, I'm so sorry. And then on that couch, she's like, she would have leaned forward and just wrapped her arms around you and hugged you. And hugged you so tightly. I'll be done in a few minutes and I'll feed. But she says, you're being so strong and I'm so proud of you. She's like, you were always so strong. I saw you as the strong one. And so I know you can do this. And this is all, Pauline, what she'd like to say sitting down on the couch with you. She would have liked that time. Okay? And she's like, just remember, you, from my perspective, were always the strong one. And she wants you to know, this is the next part of this, because she's been really trying to tell you this. She's there for you. And she's like, I am absolutely holding on to you so tight. This is what she's showing me. She's giving me this couch image again, where she's like holding on to your arms and squeezing your hands and looking you in the eye. She had beautiful eyes, by the way. And so do you. And she's saying, I am not going to let go. Now, this is kind of odd for me, translating this coming from the other side, right? Because that's what we do, right? Spirit lets go, and spirit tries to get us as humans to let go, right? But she's like, I am not going to let go, because you don't want her to let go. You guys are still like this. She's like, we are going to cling to each other for the rest of your life. Pauline, this is going to make me cry. Not because it makes me sad, because her energy is so strong that it's overwhelming for me. Right? My little body can't handle this. It's overwhelming. But she's like, I've never heard a soul say this way. This is her saying this. I'm going to hold on. We are going to hold on to each other for the rest of your life. And then on the other side, we're going to be best buds because we're connected. Okay? And she means it, and I can feel it. And this is such a beautiful connection. And she also wants you to know things always work out for the better. She's like, have total faith in this. She's like, believe me, have faith. Things work out for the better. There were reasons you can't see and I can't explain that when you get to the other side, Pauline, you're going to understand why it happened this way and why she didn't change her free will choice not to go. Because it is always our choice. We cannot come into this world or depart without our soul's permission. She understands why, and you will at some point too. Okay? Not hopefully. Faith. Trust in the universe. Not hopefully. For real. Because she can see now what you can't, right? There's always a greater purpose and a reason that we cannot see. And she is going to be there with you no matter what, all the time. So what she wants you to do is she wants you to develop your ability to connect with her more in depth, your ability to connect with her on a level that you never have before beyond this world. And you're going to be able to do it. After this reading, you're going to be able to do it better because you're going to have a stronger connection. A link whereby you can read it better. Okay, so you have all your clairs, but you're going to be able to feel and hear her better. And she leaves you little signs and symbols all the time. She connects with you by making the line shorter and the right doors open easily for you, by creating just the right parking spot for you, by giving you coupons and discounts when you don't expect it. She is working very closely to make these types of things happen for you. You are trying, Pauline, and you're doing great. Okay? But this is amazing that she's doing all these things for you. And she said she's going to be very much, as much of a tangible part of your life as she can, Pauline. Okay? She says it's barely a moment you don't think of her every day. She wants to thank you for the flowers and thank you for the music, whatever that means. Thank you for honoring her. And she said, you're just going to find that you get stronger and stronger. But she said, you're going to find that you can have this interaction like I have with my spirit guides, where you're talking to her all the time and you're engaging until you don't necessarily need that anymore. But she's going to wake that up in you, okay? She's there giving you that opportunity. This reading is going to wake that up in you. So set your intention before you go to bed. She is with you every night without fail in the astral plane, every single night, because she knows how much you miss her. And she knows you're struggling. She says she is helping you, but she's also telling you that for the things you're needing help with, help is on the way. She's helping you to be in the right place at the right time. So she wants you to start really paying attention and noticing that. Okay? Because the right people and circumstances are there for you, and she's helping you with that. Okay? But she said, just, you got to trust it. Guys, that faith is the bridge. When I do a reading, guys, don't you think I have to have faith in what I'm seeing and hearing? I'm throwing out random information with you for you guys that I don't know you. I don't know these people. I have to take a risk to describe these things all the time. You guys could be like, no, bitch, you're wrong. Okay, that's okay with me. I have to be like, okay, well, this is what they're showing me. Complete faith. I have to completely trust what I'm getting. You have to trust what you're getting. Okay. Thank you, Kawizi. I hope so for all you guys. Thanks for your hugs to her, Leona. This is a beautiful reading. And she's not going to be so solemn now because she's gotten through to you. Okay. This is going to make you stronger and more powerful, Pauline, than you ever knew you were, but she knew. So as I send you off with your sister, I want you to write her things and put it under your pillow at night, or whatever you need to do. Set it on your nightstand. If you wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning, I want you to, Kawizi knows this. He's gotten this instruction from his guides. Okay. Oh, Carol, that's beautiful. You wake up, whatever you feel or remember. You might not remember hanging out with her, Pauline, but you're going to wake up with a certain feeling or emotion. You're either going to feel depressed because you miss her more. That meant she was there with you. You just left her in the astral plane. Or you're going to feel at peace and joyful. You just left her in the astral plane. Or you're going to know something or laugh about something during the day and you're like, oh my God, that was her. Psychic ability, it all starts with intuition. Intuitive ability is all about picking up on the subtleties. So as you, Pauline, start to recognize the subtleties of the connection of her communication, they're going to become more obvious. What's obvious to me in a reading is so subtle to you guys, you might completely miss it. Okay, but these are going to become stronger. And if you want to be able to do it better, and you want to join my Awakening Your Intuition program where we meet in a mastermind every week to talk about these things, to share these things, to learn more, comes with an online course, great. But no matter what you do, you got to keep practicing it because practice makes it stronger. Okay. All right. You're welcome. I'm glad, Crystal Lee, you got that. All right. Pauline, I'm going to send you off with your sister. I'm glad we got past this. You're now on to the next phase. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jenny. I want you guys to know that just remember, thank you guys for liking this so more people can find it for more help. If you want to connect with me further, guys, don't forget to like and follow my Psychic Medium page because I will be back on here doing more readings Friday. So if you guys come Friday, I will read for you then. I am starving. I'm getting shaky because I have low blood sugar and I need to eat. I need to feed my horses because I ran over by an hour. So they're all hungry and waiting and it's freezing. So I do need to go for tonight, but I will be back Friday and I will pop in and message comments on your guys' comments tonight the best I can. Hopefully I can find it. I'll have to go to a bunch of different platforms. And I will comment and try to give you guys some ease. And then please come join me on Friday. Okay. And we'll get to the rest of you. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I love you guys all so much. And I will see you on Friday. Good night.